This is our lecture number 3. And the name of the course, as you are already aware, Guidance and Counseling. Today, we are going to discuss brief historical background of guidance and counseling in Indian context. We will start our discussion by following points, by covering the following points. Number 1, guidance in Vedic period. Then we will talk about the guidance in Buddhist period, and then we will discuss the role of the guidance in medieval period, and then we will take up the British period, and we will talk about different education commissions established after independence, that is University Education Commission, which was established in 1948, Secondary Education Commission in 1952-54, Kothari Education Commission 1964-66, and National Policy on Education 1986. And then we will try to understand the recommendation of NEP 2020 in regard to the guidance and counseling. So let us start our discussion with the Vedic period. If we analyze the Vedic period, it is an ancient India is generally considered to have lasted from approximately 1500 BCE to 600 BCE. Guidance is as old as social practice as the society itself. In all ages, in all societies, parents have provided guidance to their children. Similarly, more experienced persons of the society have been the people from whom others sought guidance in various situations. If we look into our entire journey from birth to till date, then we can analyze we have grown up by seeking and getting guidance from every associated to with us, whether they may be your family members, sisters and the brothers, they may be your the classmates, they may be your teachers, and we are progressing because of the assistance provided by these people, and this was a kind of the guidance which we used to receive in school also. During Vedic period, gurus were considered as the professional guide because they were highly knowledgeable, they were experienced person, they were considered or an authority to provide guidance to the student, and the parents also relied in regard to the guidance of the teachers. If we talk about the Buddhist period, which is generally refers to primarily from 6th to the 4th century BCE, although Buddhist education was basically religious, but vocational education was also given significance during this time. The vocations of study of Ayurveda, which is generally called in modern language science of medicine, Dhanurvidya, that is the science of war, and Gandharva Veda, that is art of music, developed during this period. We can say, in addition to the religious knowledge, other kinds of the vocational subject were also started during this Buddhist period. As soon as we increase the number of subjects, definitely there exists a need for the guidance and counseling. So some amount of guidance and counseling was also available during the Buddhist period, but no specialized services were available during this period also, as no specialized services were available in the Vedic period also. The main person used to give the guidance were the teachers, were the seniors, and were the parents. As far as the guidance in medieval period is concerned, the medieval period in India, also called the post-classical era, typically spans from the 18th to the 8th to the 18th century. In medieval period, there was ample provision for guidance in vocational and technical education in various fields like arts and crafts, architecture, painting, dancing, music, military education, and medicine education. And handicraft was also developed during this period. So this is the expansion of the number of subjects in our educational institution. And if number of subjects increase, definitely students will face difficulty in choosing their courses. At this juncture, the need of the guidance is felt much more. During British period, if we analyze the British period, where we can understand the influence of the British education system on our education system or our education system of India. As Britishers felt the need of the technicians in various areas, they decided to start technical and vocational colleges. So these technical and vocational colleges basically started during British period. In 1847, an engineering college was started in Roorkee. Afterwards, engineering colleges were started at Calcutta, Madras, and Pune, and the train goes on to establish the colleges in different parts of the period. In 1902, about 85 technical and vocational schools were established in the country. It was a huge number, keeping in view the era of 1902, where less significance was given to the education. Sargent report made provision for teaching woodcraft, metal craft, engineering, drawing, shorthand, typing, etc. in technical high schools. So technical high school was basically a new idea during British period, where some amount of skill uh, training in the vocational areas or skills is started to provide to the student. We cannot forget the contribution of the Calcutta University in the development of the guidance in our country. Calcutta University has the privilege of introducing the guidance movement in India. University set up the first psychological laboratory in 1915 in India. This psychological laboratory basically give impetus to the guidance and counseling. A separate section of research in applied psychology was opened. Applied psychology means we are applying the principles of the psychology on the human minds, understanding the minds of the human being and using that for the betterment of the human beings. In 90 was open in 1900, and a separate section of research in applied psychology was open in 1936 in order to adapt psychological test prepared in America to suit the Indian conditions and to evolve procedures to satisfy the vocational needs of Indian students. This applied aspect was taken care, and psychological tests which were prepared in America, they were basically adapted to the needs of the Indian students, so that we can identify their abilities and the capabilities and the personality traits and provided guidance and education or course selection according to that. If we talk about the Mumbai University in 1941, Batli Boi Vocational Guidance Bureau was established in Mumbai with efforts of a retired accountant practicing in Calcutta and Dr. Mukherjee, a psychologist from Calcutta University. The sole purpose of it was to provide guidance services to the community. Parsi Panchayat is also very known as far as the guidance movement is concerned. It was a trust the trusters of the Parsi Panchayat funds and properties established the Parsi Panchayat Vocational Guidance Bureau in 1947. For the first time, established the Journal of Vocational and Educational Guidance. And articles were invited in this Journal of Vocational and Educational Guidance, so that we can disseminate the information about the vocational and educational guidance to large number of teachers, and that benefit can reach to the masses of the student. It was also the first institution to organize a course for career master. Career master, why they started the course of the career master? Basically, the word career masters were used to the counselors in the beginning. They were supposed to be the provide guidance to the student about the careers. Although the guidance started during this period, but this was basically confined to certain aspects in solving some educational problem as well as providing career guidance. The comprehensive view or the holistic view of the guidance and counseling was not developed. Parsi Panchayat, the Bureau also started publishing the Journal of Educational and Vocational Guidance, which provided the guidance workers with professional organ of communication and interchange of ideas and information regarding research and practice in the field. We can understand the significance of any journal. This journal basically opened the gate for the discussion about the utilization of the guidance services for the benefit of the student. Another step forward was taken by the government of Uttar Pradesh when it established the Bureau of Psychology at Allahabad in 1947 on the recommendations of the Acharya Narendra Dev committee. So, significance of the government of Uttar Pradesh cannot be overlooked in regard to the evolution of guidance and counseling. Patna University Department of Psychology Services and Research in 1945, offering personal and vocational guidance to students and constituting the number of psychological tests. They started technically providing guidance and counseling to the student on their personal aspects regarding their vocational aspect, and they also started preparing the psychological test to identify the strength and weaknesses of the students. After achieving the independence, much significance was given to education for the development of the nation, and education was considered as an instrument of the success and the development. Uh, Therefore, the University Education Commission was established in 1948. University Education Commission, also known as the Radhakrishnan Commission, because Dr. Radhakrishnan was the chairperson of this commission. He emphasized the importance of guidance at university level, recognized that students needed support to make informed decisions about their education and the future career. They emphasize that at university level, although students are adult learners, but it is not possible for the student at university level also to analyze the true meaning or the true significance of any particular course and particular career. Therefore, there must be a need for the guidance and counseling, and for that purpose, the University Education Commission cited certain recommendations. They said the commission recommended the establishment of the counseling services in universities to assist students with academic, personal, and vocational guidance. Guidance services, the commission advocated for the provision of guidance services that would help students choose appropriate courses of study, develop their potential, and prepare them for careers. Okay, the significance of the guidance and the counseling was felt, and the recommendations of the University Education Commissions are quite clear about the importance of the guidance and counseling at university level. Commission also recognized the crucial role of guidance in helping students navigate the complexities of higher education and make sound decisions about their future. Higher education is really a complicated stage, and students who are not well aware about their goals or have entered without having any prior knowledge about the significance of that course, they definitely face difficulties. At higher education level, students leave their home and enter at higher education institution. The learners are different in nature. They come from different socio-economic background. So these are basically the complicated stages or complex situations where they face difficulty. Sometimes language issue makes problematic uh, for the students at university level. Faculty involvement was also considered significant by the University Education Commission, and the commission suggested that faculty members should be involved in providing guidance and counseling to students, building a strong relationship between teachers and the student. So faculty involvement was considered as significant aspect in implementing the guidance and counseling, because faculty members, or I would say the teachers, are directly in contact with the student, and their involvement uh, becomes very significant because they have a good rapport with the student. They know about the characteristics of the student through their day-to-day observations. Now we will talk about the Secondary Education Commission, which was established after 4 years of University Education Commission in 1952 to 54. Secondary Education Commission recommendation on guidance and counseling emphasize the need for comprehensive programs addressing academic needs, career needs, psychological needs, social needs of the students. These programs should provide individual and group counseling to address school goals and the student needs. Secondary education realized that if we will not start guidance and counseling program at school level, then it will be very difficult to move on for the student and achieve up to their potentials because of the wrong selection of the courses. The achievement of the school goals is basically directly related to the significance or the effectiveness of the guidance and counseling program. They said that Secondary Education Commission said that we need to establish guidance bureaus. Commission advocated for the creation of educational and vocational guidance bureaus at provincial level. At every province or state, there will be the Guidance Bureau. These bureaus would be responsible for providing expert guidance and support to students, teachers, and school. This basically was considered as an assisting agency. Secondary education also said about integrating guidance into schools. The recommendations of the commissions are quite clear. It said the guidance and counseling services be organized within every secondary schools. This would ensure that students have access to guidance resources and support throughout their secondary education. It must be an integral part of the school education system because at many juncture they face difficulty, and in order to solve their problems and the difficulties, guidance must be available at every juncture of the school level of education. Comprehensive guidance approach. Commission calls for a comprehensive guidance approach. It stresses the need for a comprehensive approach to guidance encompassing or covering educational aspect, vocational aspect, and personal as well as the social aspect. Guidance should be integrated with the curriculum. It also emphasizes that we need to integrate the guidance with the curriculum so that teachers can also elaborate the significance of that subject and resolve their many issues. The Commission also emphasized the importance of providing students with information about different educational and vocational pathways, addressing individual needs. Every individual is unique. Therefore, the Secondary Education Commission said that we have to address the individual needs of the student. The commission recognized that students have diverse needs and interest, and that guidance should be tailored to individual circumstances. The commission recommended that schools provide individualized guidance and counseling to help students make informed decisions about their education and future careers. If we will provide the guidance facilities to the student and we will provide the information, related information about their abilities and the interest areas, as well as occupational information. They will be able to take the benefit of that. Teachers' role is also very important, and the commission also realized the significance of that. It highlighted the critical role of the teachers in guidance process. Teachers should be trained to provide basic guidance and counseling services to their student. So, for the first time, the significance of guidance was related to the teachers, because guidance counselors were not available. Then tasks will be taken by the teachers. Therefore, career uh, opportunities were provided to the teachers to move on and take professional development in that area, or to take the diploma or any certificate related to the guidance and counseling and involve in giving the guidance to the student. They should also be aware of the resources available through the guidance bureaus and counseling. It was considered the responsibility of the teachers that they must made aware about all the opportunities, all the information available in nearest society and the community for the benefit of the student. Kothari Education Commission strongly advocated for the robust guidance system within Indian education system. It recommended integration of guidance services at all levels of education, emphasizing the need for counseling and career guidance to help students make informed decisions about their academic and vocational path. Now, there were certain aspects which were specifically highlighted by the Kothari Education Commission. They were the establishment of the guidance services. Commission recommended the creation of a specialized guidance department or units within schools and colleges to provide counseling and career guidance. Every school must have the unit of the guidance and counseling. Integration of guidance at all levels. Guidance is not confined to any particular stage. The commission emphasized the significance of providing guidance services at all levels of education, that is, from primary to the higher education, to ensure that students receive appropriate support throughout their educational journey. The guidance starts from the cradle of the student and ends up to the last day of his life. Emphasis on counseling and career guidance. Commission highlighted the need for comprehensive counseling services to address students' academic, personal, and vocational needs. There are so many problems which can be solved by providing well organized counseling program. Career guidance was also seen as crucial to help students explore different career options and make informed choices about their future path. It is highly essential that students select the appropriate path in the light of their interests and abilities. And that could be possible if we provide emphasis on guidance and counseling or career counseling. Teacher training in guidance. Kothari Education Commission also advocated that we need to train our teachers. Our teachers are supposed to be the key player in providing guidance to the student. If the teachers are not untrained, then they will not be able to provide a specialized guidance program for the students. Collaboration with parents and community. Without collaboration with the parents and the community, the success of the guidance and counseling in at any level is not possible, because parents send their children to the schools and community members have their certain expectations from the institution. So whatever is going on in the school conditions, that must be known to the parents as well as to the community members. Whatever community resources are available, we need to take the benefit of that. We need to provide certain inputs to the parents about their task. National policy on education also said, okay, integrating the into the education system, the policy managed that guidance and counseling services be an integral part of education system at all levels. It also calls for holistic development. Guidance and counseling were seen as vital for fostering all round development of the student, including their academic, emotional, social, and vocational growth. Holistic development means we are developing each and every aspect of the individual personality and providing a psychologically safe and secure environment in our educational institution under the supervision of the expert guidance services. Addressing guidance need was also emphasized by the national policy on education. Policy acknowledged the diverse needs of the students, including those from disadvantaged background like scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and backward minorities, and people living in rural areas, women, people who are the first generation learners. They have their diverse needs, and we have to address these diverse needs by providing uh, expertise, professional guidance, and counseling to the student, promoting mental and emotional well being. That is basically the ultimate objective of any educational program. Education basically develops a person who are mentally healthy and emotionally well-being. This aspect is very important because present day generation students are in stress, anxiety, and they are facing a lot of challenges. It is the need of the hour that we are concentrating on this aspect and trying to create an environment where they feel stress free and they are facing less anxiety and they're enjoying the environment. Career guidance to help them make informed decisions about their future educational and vocational path is also the recommendations of the national policy on education. National policy on education also gave the significance to the training and development of teachers to equip them with necessary skills to provide effective guidance and counseling in respective schools. So various in-service education programs were made available for the teachers in order to enrich their knowledge and expertise so that they can be helpful in successful implementation of the guidance and counseling. Establishment of the guidance center at various levels of education system was also accepted by the national education policy, and utilization of technology was also given significance because everybody cannot receive guidance in a formal mode of education. There may be certain student who will be more comfortable in receiving guidance in technology ridden task. Community involvement in guidance and counseling is also very important because without the community involvement it will not work well or the success will not be achieved to any guidance program. If we talk about the recommendations of NEP 2020, integrating career guidance is starting from the middle stage. Personalized guidance was given significance by the NEP 2020. Career counseling should be tailored to individual student needs, interest, and the strength. Integration into curriculum, career related activities, workshops, and counseling session should be integrated into the school curriculum of all secondary schools. We need to integrate the guidance with the curriculum. Their activities must be selected in every curriculum which are educative to the students and enhancing their uh, knowledge level and ability to take wise decisions. Well trained professionals and community involvement to support student mental and physical health. Mental and physical health is an issue and it must be tackled by taking the involvement of the well trained professionals or the psychologist or experienced persons of the field. Addressing diverse need again was given significance by NEP 2020 also. Policy acknowledged the needs for diverse mental wellness needs and purpose proposes initiatives like capacity building program for educators in career guidance and psycho-social counseling, means professional development program for the teachers, means diplomas for the teachers, means in-service teacher program for the teachers. Sensitization is also very important. Stakeholders should be sensitized to issues of inclusion, equity, and respect for dignity and privacy. We need to understand if we are implementing the inclusive education in our education system, then definitely we are bound to face so many difficulties because class is a bunch is like a bunch of flowers where the different types of students are available. We cannot have a single formula of education and learning for all the students. We have to make individualized program. We have to be sensitive to the needs and the requirements of our students. Until and unless we understand the need, we will not be able to provide facilities and provide input related to the guidance and counseling. So, with this discussion, we can understand that from Vedic period to the till date, we have seen that at every juncture, at every stage of education, we felt the need of guidance and counseling for our students. It was realized in the Vedic period also, and Buddhist period also, in medieval period also, and we have seen number of efforts have been taken by the British rulers for opening technical and vocational courses, and a number of universities contributed. I can cite the example of the Calcutta University, cite the example of the Mumbai University, and state government, many state government, especially the UP government also contributed. Patna University also contributed, and we have seen the recommendations of the University Education Commission 1948, Secondary Education Commission 1952 to 56, and Kothari Education Commission 1964 to 66, and National Policy on Education 1996. And finally, we have the recommendations of the NEP 2020. On the basis of these recommendations, we have seen a number of universities now are offering guidance and counseling courses in almost all the educational institution where the BEd is there, where the psychology department is there. They are also teaching guidance and counseling paper on a compulsory basis. So this signifies, and CBSC, in CBSC schools, they are implementing the recommendations of the NEP 1986. Okay, there must be a guidance and counseling unit in every schools. When there is a national assessment and accreditation team visiting to these institutions, and they also observe and try to find out whether this requirement is being fulfilled or not. Now we can see that the philosophy of guidance and counseling now becoming common or well known among the masses, and students are more comfortable in receiving guidance, and there is no confusion in the minds. Guidance is an activity which is exclusively for the slow learners or the mentally retarded, or people who are suffering from stress and anxiety only. Rather, guidance is essential for all. In the coming times, we will see it will be considered an activity in the minds of every student and every parents and every teachers. This must be the part and parcel of the our education system. Thank you very much for